How you doing, guys? It's Richie. So I pulled out Skulldigger and Skeleton Boy. This is a Jeff Lemire book, written by Jeff, drawn by Tonci Zonjic, who is a fantastic artist. European guy, might be Polish. It is published by Dark Horse. It's a 6-issue series, and it's from the world of Black Hammer. All right, so now it starts off with a kid narrating, and it's very Batman-like. So it's the same type of origin story. The kid's with his parents. A criminal comes, shoots the parents, kills them. Then the killer says to the kid, you saw my face. So he's about to shoot him, and then he gets blasted with this skull, this metal skull. And the kid says, and then I wasn't alone anymore. So he's telling the kid, I heard the shots, but I was late. I was too late. I'm sorry. The criminal's begging for his life, and he tells the kid, look away now, son. Come on, I said, look away. And he says, okay, fine. And then he bashes the guy's skull in. What a great panel. They do this throughout the series. Like some of these scenes, these death scenes are in black and white. This guy's great. I know he's done some Lobster Johnson stuff. Other than that, I don't know what else. I gotta really look into it, but I forgot how nicely drawn this was. It's very Darwin Cook-ish, It's not over-noodled, it's over-detailed, it's very clean. The police are coming. I will take care of you. I'm sorry I was too late. Or he says, they will take care of you. Double homicide, father was in finance, mother owned a catering business. Now the kid's alone. This is the detective assigned to the case. And she wants Skulldigger in the worst way. He's been killing criminals all over. The captain wants her to back off because he's killing the worst of the worst. But she's one of them cops who just won't listen. She tries to talk to the kid and shows him a picture of Skulldigger, trying to get him to ID so he could add another charge to him. But the kid's not saying anything. No response at all. So you shoot over to Skulldigger during his day job. He works a deli counter. He owns a deli. So during the day, he's cutting meat and taking care of people. At night, he goes into the basement, and that's where his costumes are, his weight set. And there's his office where he watches the TV screens to get the news of what's going on, where it's going on. I like how they do that red overlay on all that. There's a lot of scenes like that. So they're reporting on the murder that just happened, and they're showing it, and he feels bad about the kid. But when they say the only survivor was a 12-year-old boy, then he's thinking of himself when he was a kid and how he put on the mask. Here's the introduction to the criminal, Grim Jim. Now, Grim Jim is a half demon, half man. So he heals real quick. He's strong. He's got a messed up face. And he's in prison. And even the prison guards are like superhero types. I really need to delve deep into Jeff Lemire's, what's it called again? Black Hammer. I have like 3 or 4 of the library editions, so I just never got around to reading them. I'd rather read them in the floppies, though, so I don't know. We'll see. So he's getting a little frisky. The guard tells him, shut up or I'm going to knock your teeth out again. So every time he gets his teeth knocked out, he grows them back. He's one of them type of guys. So Grim Jim sees the paper and sees Tex Reed, mayoral bid. Now, Tex Reed was a former superhero. And as soon as he hears that, he tells the cop, yay, I'm getting out of here. You better let the warden know I'll be out of here soon. So we flash forward to the female officer. And she's thinking about the case and bugging out. And then they forward to Grim Jim. He's going to get out. He must have stabbed the guard in the face. Or did something crazy to get out, to break out. They show Skulldigger working out, and then they show the poor kid in the mental institution. It's just another one of those comics that make you feel for the kid, you know, or feel for whoever the hero is. Just makes you feel. Good story. Everything I knew had ended, but somehow I was still here. I had no one. I was nowhere, and I was all alone, and then I wasn't. Skulldigger's at the window of the psychiatric ward that he's at. So the kid lets him in through the window. He says, do you know why I came for you? No, because you didn't look away. Do you want to leave this place? He says, yeah. If you come with me, there's no coming back. Not ever. Good. Would I still go with him? If I could do it all over again, would I still take that leap? If I knew everything that was about to happen? Of course I would. I have no choice. I was caught in him now. I thought he was the hero. I knew he was the real enemy all along. Little did I know he was the real enemy all along, and he would be the first man I would kill. Dun, dun, dun. Issue number 1. Good stuff. Excellent storytelling. What a great cover. I think this is Tonci Zonjic, or maybe not. I don't know who this is, Mia Keen, or who, what, this. Great cover, though. Like that kind of gritty. Like it a lot. All right, issue number 2. Please, let me out. You got the kid locked in the basement. So now he's going through the training, and he's going to toughen this kid up. Oh, he's got him locked in a locker. Oh, no. Well, it's got a locker door, but it's got a little room. Come on, let me out. Let me out of here, he's screaming. I'll do whatever you say, I promise. What do you want? To leave? Wrong answer. Wrong answer. What do you want? I want to kill you. And he goes, that's a start. There's this costume. Is that for me? He goes, hey, you have to earn it. How do I do that? Well, you said you wanted to kill me. So let's see you try. Back to the officer. She's still doing some investigating. Now she's at the psychiatric ward looking around. Blah, blah, blah. She's meeting with the captain again. She just doesn't want to back off, and he's telling her, knock it off. Little cigarettes. And she tells him he's the problem. Whatever. Fast forward back to the kid in training. I knew I was nothing. I was weak. I was a child. I was how my parents made me, and it wasn't good enough. So again, repetition. That's how you learn how to fight. What is it, 10,000 actions till it becomes a reaction? Mostly I wanted to be him because nothing hurt him, nothing touched him. And he's beating on the kid, toughening him up. They're fighting. He keeps trying. He says he was stronger, but I was faster. I started to use that. I started to win. And then one day, he was able to hit him. So the kid's doing good. He's learning. He tells him, eat that, I'm going out. He's going hunting. He goes, you know, you can eat with me. You don't always got to go in the other room. So he sits and he eats with him. And he takes his mask off finally. And he's all scarred up. And he tells the kid, listen, you're going to get plenty of that. You'll get hit. It's what you do after that matters. So now they're talking about the mayoral candidate who used to be a superhero. And his sidekick was named Alley Rat. And the kid wants to put on the costume. And he's going to name himself. So he says, Bone Crusher, up to you. Really, of course, it's your name, your costume. Don't push it and watch your mouth. You beat people to death with a metal skull. And you're worried about my language. We take out scum. We don't talk like them. So he's like an odd superhero with like a moral compass, but he kills people. Anti-hero, I guess. Now it turns out the detective is a lesbian. This is her girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. We could have did without all that. And it's the Tex. Now the city where all Jeff Lemire's stories come from, it's called Spiral City. And the mayoral candidate, he was called the Crimson Fist. And he's just talking about the past and how he fought for the city and how he'll continue to fight for the city. And the kid, they're watching it on the TV. The kid says, what's this whole guy know about anything anyway? And he tells them, quiet. And all of a sudden, what a speech. What a role model you are, Tex. And we got a splash page here. Too bad you aren't going to live to see Election Day, Texie. Let's party. And he shoots him in the neck with an arrow. Good news, Spiral. Tex is withdrawn from the race. So Grim Jim is on the scene. Skulldigger sees it. I have to go. I can help. The kid says, he says, no way, you stay. And Grim Jim is saying, you ain't seen nothing yet. Issue number 2 down. And here's a great cover. Probably the best one that I have of the series. Although I do have some variants in my boxes. I'd have to dig them out. One of them, which is really nice. Huh. Is that a Delato, maybe? I don't know. Okay, Journal of the Crimson Fist, 1976. So it was in the 70s and the 80s where the Crimson Fist was doing his crime stopping. And it's a flashback, and the Crimson Fist is getting old and he's struggling to move around, but he's still tough. So he's in this building. And as soon as he gets in the building, all Grim Jim's lackeys jump out of the woodwork and attack him. But he beats them all down. But in the end, they fall like they always do. In the end, they are of no consequence. In the end, it's just him and me. So, he's in there. He finally finds Grim Jim in the back room. He's got a couple of hookers with him. Flash forward to 1996. And they're going back and forth and they're fighting a little bit. But Tex is an old man now and Grim Jim is half a demon. So you know who's going to win that fight. And here comes Skulldigger with his chain in the skull. Now that skull is actually a skull of someone he defeated once and he like encased it in metal. So they're fighting, and the kid's watching it on TV, and he's like, damn, he's locked in now. So he gets a fork and he picks the lock, gets his costume out, and he's out. He's heading their way, and they're fighting back and forth. My boy, good to see you. This is quite unexpected. I'd hoped we'd meet again. I didn't expect you so soon. And he blasts him in the face with his skull and dislocates his jaw, but he gets stabbed. Grim Jim stabs him in the ribs. So he's bleeding, and they're still fighting, going back and forth. Puts a gun to his head. This is just great cartooning, man. Look at this. This is fantastic. And then all of a sudden, here comes the kid. And he's leaping around like a Robin type. A dysfunctional Robin and Batman, pretty much, I guess you would call them. And he can electrocute people with his stick. So he gets through some of the bad guys. And here's the cop. She recognizes the kid. She knows something's not right. Grim Jim takes Tex and he flies out of there. So now he's got the mayoral candidate who was a superhero. And she's telling the kid, come on, come with me, get away from them. And she's like, with you? Why would I go with you? You have no idea who I am. I'm Skeleton Boy. And he drops a flash bomb and they get away. So you flash forward back to Tex was fighting Grim Jim back in 76. But he gets away, Grim Jim gets away from him. Then back to current time, and the kid is patching up his mentor there. He goes, it's okay, look, I know you want to help, I know you think you're ready for this, but this is Grim Jim, this is different, you can't be involved in this one. The stakes are too high. He's too dangerous. Not like him, Grim Jim is worse than the Devil Kid, you got no idea. I hate him more than anything, and I need to kill him. But why? Because, kid, Grim Jim is my father. So Tex had rescued Skulldigger when he was a kid and trained him. Dun, dun, dun. So that was issue 3, 2, and 1. Great stuff. Very happy I pulled these out. I'm going to do 3, 4, and 5 next. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And I will catch you on the next one.